Hey, Eric Sider here, and this is a very exciting day. The garden's going in, or at least a section of the garden. I still have the whole property design consultation walkthrough I'm going to do, but we needed to cover this ground that was drying out and becoming a dusty, soil erosive disservice to the environment. So, what better way than to cover up soil erosion than with a garden? So we're taking about from the tree to here, it's about 500 square feet. I spent most of the morning just prepping the ground and doing a nice little border, getting rid of this nasty Bermuda grass. Weeds in this climate, it's very dry. You know, it's not anywhere near as bad as back east or anywhere you have regular rainfall, because basically everything dies and everything on the ground dies in the summer. But nonetheless, we still want to prep it well. So my preferred way for laying down the cardboard is like shingles on a house. Start from the low point, work your way up. In this situation, it's really not that critical, but mostly what that helps is if you got large water flows, it's not going to go underneath the cardboard and disturb your weed blockade. We got, unfortunately, all the cardboard we have barely did a third. We soaked it first in the wheelie bin full of water, which accomplishes two things. One, you're putting down saturated cardboard, so you're going to have residual moisture. And two, it keeps it from blowing away. So now we're kind of on to the odd bits. We got a bunch of paper that was going to be used for compost. That's going to be laid down, kind of like a messy paper mache. If you had planned this well and had your supplies ahead of time, ideal situation would be a bunch of bike boxes, because they cover an amazing amount of space and it's really thick cardboard. Hopefully Arlene's coming back with some bike boxes from the local bike shop, and with all the bits and bobs, hopefully we can cover this up. So let's see what, now, because I don't have as much, I'm worried about coverage, so I split the bike box flat and a single coverage. But if you had plenty of cardboard, you keep it double layer and just flatten it down, and that's pretty much as bomb-proof weed mat as you're gonna get. So let's see what else we got going on. So we got all this surplus paper from moving was wrapping up. So we're just going to use this, just kind of cover the gaps and see. Got a dear old phone book. And now this wouldn't really be enough by itself. Just add in whatever cardboard we have. Now you'll notice I'm using colored cardboard, which most people tell you not to use. And the reason behind that is the colored and shiny cardboard can often have heavy metals involved in the inks, whereas most inks are soy-based. But from what I've read, it's very minimal likelihood that through a composting process there's going to be much toxicity left, but you know, it's up to you. If you got plenty of the regular cardboard, then don't bother with the colored cardboard. But this is all stuff on site that either we deal with on site or it goes somewhere else and becomes a problem. So I'd rather deal with our own problems on site if we can. And you know, we can always test the soil and see if there's anything we need to worry about. But I'm pretty confident the soil biology we're going to be creating here will be more than enough to counteract any of the potential issues. All right, I'm just gonna jam that in there because. All right, so we're nearly there. Got a couple more bike boxes coming, and I think a few odds and ends, some paper products. We'll get there. It's not perfect. This is definitely not a how-to on proper sheet mulching. That's for sure. But this has pretty much been a run and gun setup. We didn't have time to properly prepare. We got 4 cubic yards of compost sitting in the driveway we got to move today. So we're going to finish covering this up with cardboard. Then we got some straw we're going to lay down. We got 4 straw bales. Supposedly that's enough coverage for mulch. We'll see. I'm always dubious about straw bale coverage calculations. But we'll see how we do. We can always run to there's a feed store close by. We can run and get some more straw bale if we need. So we're gonna put some straw bale down. We're gonna do the compost just in the beds. We haven't even laid out the garden yet, so this is definitely not ideal. And then we're gonna put the rest of the straw bale on top of that, and we should be good. We just about got there in the end with coverage. You know, if I was really being fussy, I'd make sure I had something for the edges and overlap. But we just gotta move on, do the best we can. So, time for straw. So what's great about straw is it's hollow, so it's insulative, but also once it kind of breaks down a little bit, it kind of locks together as a lattice. Right now it's a little super dry and dusty, so it's probably gonna blow around, but all right, so about 2.5 bales covered this really nice. We're gonna bring in the compost and we're pretty much there. Okay, so we got most of the beds done. Basically, this is everything you shouldn't do when starting a garden. I basically was designing it on the fly. Ideally, I'd have 4-foot wide beds, double reach, so you can access it on both sides without stepping on the bed, and a 2-foot path that's get your wheelbarrow in and out. But to squeeze in one more bed, I had to shrink the first 4 beds to 3.5 feet and the path to 18 inches. We'll see how it works, but I'd rather have an extra bed and a little smaller path. I'm still working out what I want to do on the ends, but basically we're done and we're gonna cover it up with the straw and call it a day. There we go. Garden in half a day. Once I still got some fiddling to do with the ends and stuff, so once I finalize that, we can I'll go over the design, and there's some interesting elements that I haven't talked about yet. I was really surprised at how much area the straw covered, so I probably could have spent a little less and used a little less compost and more straw, but at the same time, 4 cubic yards gets you free delivery, so what do we got, about $140 or so in compost and $50 in straw. So more or less $200 for a 500 square foot garden is not too bad. This is going to grow a lot of veggies. And that's it. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.